Shalom, Israel. It's the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General YAHANNA. And today's class, we're going to be talking about integrity. And on top of integrity, we're going to talk about this catastrophic, wicked holiday that's coming up called Christmas. The origins of it and the damages it's doing to Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because that's not for us to celebrate. It don't belong to us. And it's a collided artwork of pagan holidays built on destroying and tearing you apart from the Most High. And that's why we need to get away from it. So with that being said, how do you go up against this beast? How do you hold off yourself from this holiday? You know, and I know a lot of you probably thinking right now, man, I do it for the kids. I mean, once you understand the origins of this holiday, you shouldn't want your kids to be nowhere near. It's wicked. It's evil. You know what I'm saying? It seems harmless, but it's evil, I assure you. It seems harmless because you don't know the history behind it. You know? So here's what we understand. Christmas was celebrated back in the day throughout Babylon. And it is the worship of the god of Nimrod. It's also the god named Yul, and it's a whole bunch of other gods combined into it. You can Google Nimrod Christmas, and they should have a lot of books and articles about it. But Christmas was founded by the Romans and many other cultures that had nothing to do with the children of Israel. So one of the traditions with Nimrod, because I don't even want to call it Christmas no more. One of the traditions of Nimrod is that Nimrod was a powerful man, and he had a mother who loved him so much that when he died, what they did was, I'm reading it right here, around wintertime, she would force people to bring gifts on a tree at the winter solstice. This is around December 25th that we would know of, as an offering to Nimrod, only after his death. And after his death, he's believed to be the sun. This is ancient Babylon. So if you didn't worship the sun around winter, your heads will be removed and placed on a tree like an ornament.
Right.
Your intestines will be wrapped around the tree for decorations. If you did not bring gifts to that tree, who she told everyone was Nimrod.
Right.
That's just one story. It's so many other stories tied into this. So now you have another story. This goes into Santa Claus and the reindeers, where Odin would come through towns with an 8-legged horse. How many reindeers are supposed to be?
12.
12 reindeers? And that's a lot of legs. So, I mean, that's what that's supposed to represent. And what he would do is he would bring you joy or whatever. He come bearing gifts, but on that winter time, around that season, if you wasn't in your house, you was caught outside, then bad fortune would fall upon you, and he would steal your soul and drag you to Hades and the afterworld and all of that. That's Santa Claus and the reindeers. So you got two of them. Another origin behind Christmas, and this is all being tied into each other. was it the Romans they met up for an orgy?
Yeah, Saturnalia.
Saturnalia. They would meet up, have a big orgy fest, and it comes with a lot of drinking, and they will cut off the heads of hogs and or any dead beast, any beast they could get their hands on, cut their heads off and have it for a feast at the orgy, and that's where we get the big gluttonous feast on Christmas. It's so many evil entities tied up into Christmas. It's ridiculous, but it's so dressed up as family tradition and fun today, you wouldn't even think to question. But when you do your research, Christmas is very wicked, and most of you already know it has absolutely nothing to do with Christ. Yeah, Christ's birthday is not even mentioned in these scriptures. And he certainly wasn't outside in the manger during winter.
Right.
He would die. Like, that's practical knowledge right there. Surprise, Israelite school, universal practical knowledge, common sense.
Right.
How do you fight that when you're believed as a child this is a harmless thing? And then not to mention the gifts. Oh man, it's hard to turn down gifts. But I don't think it's hard to turn down a gift when your soul is on the line. No shiny thing or anything is worth my soul. It's not worth a crown from the Most High. How do you fight that? We're going to tell you how, man. With integrity.
Right.
Discipline.
That's right.
It's going to take you to root your feet in the ground and be an adult. And say no and be an example of what you're supposed to be. Now, don't get it twisted. Just because I'm telling you to say no to this holiday don't mean never ever can you buy your kids gifts. Never ever can you not have a feast with your friends and family. Never ever can you, not enjoy company. But why does it have to be this particular day? And then, oh man, after that day, Black Friday. You know what I'm saying? And it don't stay there. Later on, you have New Year's Eve. It's all kind of, you do not understand what you're celebrating, and it's all there to destroy you, man.
Right.
It's all there to destroy you. So
like if I may, the big problem with these holidays, one of the major problems is that your Christian pastors, they make them okay and acceptable to do so. But this is one of the main people that's fighting against the laws of the Most High, because he himself doesn't acknowledge the days that the Lord set apart for his feast days and for his worship. So a lot of people, they err because the Christian pastor lacks integrity. Your mama lacks integrity. Your daddy lacks integrity. So you grow up without integrity. You grow up lustful and wicked.
Let me add on to that. What you said was a heavy point, because all of you know Santa Claus is not real. All of you know that. So why do you uphold this false character for kids' happiness? So fat white guy coming into your home, a kid's supposed to be happy for that, as long as he bringing gifts, right? Nah, man. And first of all, ain't nobody taking credit for something I buy.
All right.
That's just some real nigga shit on that. But like, we're not celebrating Christmas, but even on another day, nobody's taking credit for what I did. We uphold these wicked traditions for the dumbest things. Kids should not be running your home. Kids follow example. They don't lead. They don't set the tone. You do.
Right.
You set the tone. I'm doing this for the kid. But at one point, when are you going to be righteous for your kids? You know? Kids like candy too, but you know damn better not to give them candy late at night. Or they're going to be bouncing all around the house. You know not to give them candy for dinner or they're going to ruin their teeth and everything. So at one point, do you stand strong and say, "This not in my house"? You're not denying your kids fun. You just steering them away from wicked things. So let's go on and get into that first scripture.
The first scripture we got is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 10, verse 2. Thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen.
Learn not the way of the heathen. As I said, this is not for you. Matter of fact, this is called a holiday. What you're supposed to be celebrating is holy days. They're two different things. Learn not the way of the heathens, because the way of the heathens is not meant for you and it will destroy you. It will steer you away from the Most High. You will not succeed in entering, you will not succeed in having the Lord's mercy for so long doing the opposite of what he tells you to do.
Right.
It is getting to the point where we have to unlearn everything we've been taught. Because today, what we all be doing is leaning into our own understanding. And really, we're just leaning ourselves more and more into slavery. Because you're not free. Honestly, you're not free. Some of you celebrate this holiday because you're afraid what people will say if you don't celebrate it. Hey, man, why you don't have no Christmas decorations up? The Nimrod decorations. Why you don't have a Christmas? Oh, man, you need to let them kids live a little, man. Get a Christmas tree, man. Buy them some gifts. You don't let them have no fun. Oh, man. You know, what you mean you don't want to eat with the family on this day? It's good food. You want to eat, don't you? You want to eat, don't you? That ain't what's up, man. Any more on that scripture?
Come. And be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathens are dismayed at them. Verse 3. For the customs of the people are vain.
For the customs of the people are vain. It's not doing a damn thing for you. It don't mean nothing. The Most High don't care about that. You think the Most High is saying, oh, man, you know, I love it, man. They're celebrating Christmas. And again, it don't have nothing to do with Yahweh's birthday.
He hates that.
He hates it. That's in Amos. That's in Amos. You pulling that up on your phone?
No, I was pulling up another one. Something that you had pulled, something that you had said. You know.
Okay, keep going with that. You can keep looking for that, but meantime, I'm keep talking and bring up in Amos. That's in Amos, man.
I got this up in Matthew chapter 5, verse 10.
Go ahead with it.
Blessed are they which are persecuted for righteousness' sakes, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are ye when men shall revile you and persecute you, and shall say all manner of evil against you falsely for my name's sake. So people sit up and say that, oh, you a bad parent because you don't allow your kids to celebrate Christmas. They speaking evil against you falsely when you love your kids. You actually teaching your kids the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. That's how you show that you actually love somebody. That's how you show you love your children. And people gonna speak out against you. But that's where that's where integrity falls in, being disciplined falls in, that, and you got to endure that, because the scriptures say, man, that he that endure to the end, the same shall be saved. So in hearing all them falsehoods that people gonna say against you for doing what's right by the Lord, hear it, endure it for Christ. Christ did it for you, so do it for your children, do it for your family's sake. Because at the end of this, after they see how strong you stand for this holiday, It's either one or two things they gonna do. Either they gonna shy away from you because you're doing the Lord's will, because the wicked gonna flee when no man pursue it.
Real quick.
Yeah, yes, sir.
No, but what you said was absolutely correct. Let me pull up before I say this. Let me pull this out in Amos chapter 5, verse 21. Matter of fact, you read it. Amos 5:21.
It's the book of Amos, chapter 5, verse 21. I despise your feast days. I will not smell in your solemn assemblies. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the Most High despise our feast days. Our feast days. This is stuff that we come up with because they ain't got nothing to do with him. They ain't got nothing to do with you. In all honesty, we're supposed to be doing things that celebrates the Most High and the triumph of our people. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm getting into is, men, you will crown rulership with your nuts. You have to gird your loins and stand firm and be a leader. Be a man that the Most High commands you to be. Because nobody else is going to do it if you don't do it. And women are quick to, they say they like they take accountability, but they really don't, because one of their main excuses with everything is, well, men don't do it or men do it. So now I'm telling you, men, be a leader in your home. Steer your family away from these wicked holidays. And women, if you gotta be strong and stay away from it, Most High Christ. If you gotta stand on your own and just not celebrate the holiday, hey, so be it. Be strong, sister. Continue to be strong. We need that. We need more of that in our community, men and women. But men, you will crown with your nuts to stand firm and hold it down. 10 toes down to the ground, man. For real. Integrity. We need that. Because, I mean, honestly, it's just monkey see, monkey do if you really pay now, man. You know, trends, everybody want to follow a trend. That kind of steered me off the line a little bit, man. You know, I only really what's going on the internet to try to make sure I don't miss nothing. Because, I mean, I'm a regular nigga. I don't have cable. And I don't even have a radio to listen to right now. So, yes, I depend on my phone and a little internet to see what's going on with the weather, or if anything tragic is going on, or, you know, I'll call some people, and if they inform me on some things, then, you know, that's how I get my news. But outside of that, I kind of steered away from the internet because y'all just a bunch of followers. And everybody's complaining about what's going on with our community and our people, but nobody's willing to take action except the I.S.U.P.K, the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. You got something? You got it right now? Come on. Go ahead, man. Speak what you got.
The book of 1 Maccabees, chapter 1, verse 41. Mm-hmm. Moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the kings.
Stop right there. Did you hear what that said? They needed to be one people. We got to move as a unit. We've been moving in division for too long. We've been doing it for years. All right, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. But do you hear what I'm saying? Like, Integrity can't be ran by one person. And integrity can't have multiple agendas from different people. We need to come together and move as one. You know what I'm saying? And that means if one is still celebrating these holidays, we all messing up. We all fail. Because what comes with integrity is accountability, and we need to start getting back to being accountable for each other. You know what I'm saying? Because individual lights don't exist, and if they do, they don't do nothing. They don't get nothing done.
Right.
We're not individual lights. We're Israelites. So you got where you at?
Okay.
Go ahead, man.
Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
That was that? Yeah. Read that one more time.
From which part? Just the end part?
Yeah, one more time.
Yea, many of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath.
So them brothers did not have integrity. We do not sacrifice unto idols. Because some of y'all are willing to give y'all soul up to a gold statue right now if somebody is willing to pay you for it. Like if somebody say they got $1 million for you to kiss the feet of a golden statue, a lot of you will go for it. Not even realizing what you're doing. There's a dollar sign on your soul. That's not what's up. That's not going to make us move forward. That's not integrity, man. We need to be stronger than that. Because if not us, then who? Nobody's going to get us out of captivity but us. And the only way we can do it is if we follow these laws, statutes, and commandments. Where in the commandments do it say, thou shalt celebrate Christmas? Or for y'all who just don't want to leave it alone, Yahweh's birthday. Where? Have you seen it? I haven't seen it at all either. I'm just confused. I'm lost. Go ahead.
So like, if I may, everybody professing to be Christ-like and don't care to do none of what Christ did. Mm-hmm. You say you walk like Christ. A Christian means like Christ. You walk to be just like him and do everything opposite of Christ. You don't celebrate none of the holy days Christ celebrated. You don't do on the Sabbath what Christ went out and did. Christ went out and taught every Sabbath on the street corners where he was in broad day. He went at his oppressor every day. That's what Christ did. Christ went hard. But Christ learned that same spirit, not only through reading the Old Testament, but reading the Apocrypha too. That's what he picked up the spirit of, to be a warrior like that. You all ain't warriors, so you're not Christ-like.
Oh, Salakia, the Old Testament don't count for nothing.
When Christ himself said he came not to do away with the law or with the prophets, he came to fulfill. So he did everything that Jeremiah did, Hosea did, Amos did. He went out and taught. Christ went out and was a warrior, a soldier.
And he said he didn't come to change what?
He came not to do away with the law, but to fulfill. He came not to change the law.
So there was a law before he got here.
Of course.
I think that's the Old Testament because Christ was New Testament, right?
Right.
Ain't that something?
Amen. Take that to your Christian pastor.
Right. It's in the scriptures. I mean, you can't argue with that.
Got some more from out of Christ's mouth too, if you want it.
You know I love that, man. Go ahead.
Don't sweat. That's the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 7. Howbeit in vain do they worship me.
Howbeit in vain do they worship me. Why is it in vain? Because they are not doing it correctly. They're not following instructions. They are disobedient. Y'all doing that today. Y'all will eat a pork prime sandwich, ham and bacon, deluxe, and say, man, I know Christ is for me, Lord. I love you and I worship you, and I just Christ is my husband. But go ahead with that.
Howbeit in vain do they worship me, teaching the doctrines, the commandments of men.
And that's for you Christian pastors, man. Oh man, I'll never forget me and Officer Matza went to the north side of Houston, Texas, and we saw this pastor on the street preaching with, little boom box and his microphone by himself. And we went and talked to him to see what he think about what we believe the scriptures are saying. And you know what this man told us? Oh man, no, see, here's the thing. You can eat pork, you just can't eat a lot of it because it's not good for you.
Huh?
I'm gonna repeat that one more time for you, brother. He said, no, man, you can eat pork. You just can't eat a lot of it because it's not good for you.
So I eat it Salakia say.
The wonders of the world. It blows my mind too.
Commandments of men.
Teaching the commandments of men. Lean not into your own understanding.
Good night.
You don't know a damn thing about the scriptures, man. Your pastors don't know a damn thing about these scriptures, man. If it's not good for you, why eat it at all?
Eat a little bit.
Just a little bit, man. Just try not to put too much salt on it. Put some of that red hot sauce on it.
The scriptures say, let every man be a lie. We're going to let the scriptures be true. I got some more on that. This is funny.
Give it to me, brother. Let the scriptures speak. You ain't got to. Tell them where it's at.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 7, verse 8. For laying aside the commandments of God, ye hold the traditions of men. God.
Just a little bit.
For laying aside the commandment of God, ye hold the traditions of men.
Hold back on the salt.
For laying aside the commandments of God, ye hold the tradition of men.
Your Christian pastor is wicked, man.
Good night.
You're not supposed to eat pork, man, or swine. Not because it don't taste good, but because it's not good at all. It hurts you on the inside. It's so many studies that saying you shouldn't even be eating pork at all. If you, because some people quit eating meat altogether.
Right.
That ain't gonna be me. But I ain't gonna stop eating chicken and all that, and then try to leave pork alone, man. It's not good for you, and it's a transgression against the Most High.
That's right.
It's not good for you, man. But you got these Christian pastors saying, just don't eat too much.
Good night.
Put a little bit of bacon on the brisket sandwich. It's all good. Come on, man. That's wicked, man. That's wicked. And that is the scripture of, that is the understanding of man, the teachings of man. We got so many different teachings, it's ridiculous. But the only thing that counts is what's in this book, man. You know what I'm saying? So, we already got past old wicked holiday by Thanksgiving, giving, where you celebrated the slaughter of your people, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Well, I ain't gonna say Native Americans. Native Americans ain't having that. They ain't celebrating none of that. Okay, well, there are some coons in each branch of Israel. You know what I'm saying? We got black coons, we got Hispanic coons, we got Native American coons. So unfortunately. But go ahead with that.
Verse 9, and he said unto them, full well ye reject the commandment of God, that ye may keep your own tradition.
That's your own tradition, man. This ain't got nothing to do with the Most High. ain't got nothing to do with the Most High, man. You know, all this. Look, man. You want to still celebrate something, have a feast with your friends and family, and do things for the kids. Learn what these holy days are. And that energy you put toward these wicked holidays, put it toward these holy days. And let's be righteous. We can have a big party, man. You know what I'm saying? I like barbecue. I like chicken. I like fish.
Got a brother here that cook it up.
We got a brother, man. We got a brother also. Rum, man. Boy, you be holding it down with the chicken and the fish, man. You know what I'm saying? Get that brother.
Get that brother a hand. Get that brother a hand.
Man, this chicken so good. I ain't gonna say make you want to slap your mama, but
if she around, if she happens to be around,
it make you slap the next Edomite right by you.
Right.
I'll say that. You know, this chicken is good. Why'd you have us a steak? Just like that, man.
I got you this part right here so that we can give it for the Christians. So for you Christians, if you want to be Christ-like, we got a high holy day that we celebrating right now. We inside the feast of YAHANNA.
Oh yeah.
Where some brothers, some Judite brothers, Judas Maccabeus and his offspring, Mattathias Maccabeus and his offspring Judas, and the rest of them went on a killing spree over the Grecians for defiling our temples. So we have an 8-day feast that we celebrate in the tradition of their death and us returning back to our temple. But we'll let you know that Christ celebrated this, and this is in the New Testament for you. And this to go ahead, and this is for you people that are unaware that there is more than just the New Testament.
Hold on, slack it. And right before you read that, this also is letting you know that Christ wasn't a hippie. He was a warrior. And the warrior, a warrior who was about his business. Right. His father's business.
Damn right.
A work of the Most High.
And Salaki, if I may, he celebrated a feast, not just one day, an 8-day feast of some warriors to let you know that Christ wasn't about no love, and he didn't celebrate his own birthday. Even if you say that this is his birthday, he didn't celebrate it. There's nowhere in the scriptures. But this is what Christ did do in the wintertime. We got the book of John, chapter 10, verse 22. It was at Jerusalem, the feast of dedication, and it was winter, and Jesus walked in the temple in Solomon's porch. Christ went to the temple to celebrate the feast of dedication, which you'll find in the book of the Maccabees. There you have it, Chris.
And that was right there, right?
That was book of John, chapter 10, verse 22. It's the Bible.
It's the Bible.
That's the Bible. It's the Bible.
It says Holy Bible right there.
It's the Bible.
I don't think there's no pages added. I was just trying to make sure we weren't lying. You know, but let me can you pull up Exodus 15:3 real quick? Because with you mentioning that Yahawashi celebrated warriors killing some enemies, defiling our land.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like they was not supposed to be there. He celebrated our people getting at other people, defiling our land, because our land was beautiful.
Right.
And he's a warrior, right? And he's about his father business, right? Because go ahead and read it. Because Exodus 15:3 says,
it's the book of Exodus, chapter 15, verse 3. The Lord is a man of war.
The Lord is a man of what?
Of war.
Of war. He was a man of war. Nobody is tree hugging in war. I've never seen a battlefield where a bunch of warriors stood and looked at each other, growled, and then the next words that came out of their mouth with all the anger and might, give me a hug.
The Lord is a man of war, and the Lord is, and Yahweh is his name.
You better believe it, man.
That's for you Jehovah lovers.
Oh yeah, man. You know, peace and love. Y'all should start a school of love. We're all about love. You know who? You wanna know what's funny? You know who else say they about love and celebrate all these wicked holidays? The LGBT community, the LPP, the Wushai Google community.
The alphabet community.
Yeah, the alphabet community. They say they all about love, right? And they believe they all about Christ. But Christ is not for the homosexual acts. And also, them are some hypocrites because the moment you try to be what you're destined to be, or should I say born to be, they have a problem with it and they want to alter it.
Right.
And they try to force their way of life on us. And really, it's all out of fear because they can't really accept their damn self, one. But if everybody straighten up, all pointed to straighten up and did what the Most High commanded, there would be no more of them. Because they need a screwed up mental straight person to be who they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hypocrites. You know, we're getting taught so many different things by hypocrites and liars and just double-crossing people who don't have nothing to do with us. And we embrace it and we accept it.
Right.
To a disgusting rate. And that's why the Most High, he ain't freeing us right now, man. We got to get right. That prayer says on earth as it is in heaven. We have to get right on earth in order for kingdom to come, to come to us.
Right.
So you got some more on there?
It's out the book of Maccabees, man, because we're gonna talk about this the whole feast long. We finna stay in the Maccabees, man. This is this whole 8 days is about, man. It's about some brothers, man, holding on to their integrity, man. They held down their integrity. They saw people die.
They gird their loins. Right?
They gird their loins like men.
And I did tell men to do that in the class, like gird their loins. Because
you say hold your nuts, but same thing.
It's the same thing. Because you was given a badge of rulership, and that badge was your nuts.
But here you go.
Go ahead with it.
It's the book of Maccabees, First Maccabees, in the Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 64. Wherefore, ye my sons, be valiant and show yourselves men in the behalf of the law, for by it shall ye obtain glory.
Obtain glory, man. It's glorious to represent for your. We don't represent each other no more, man. When's the last time you seen Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans really come together and represent each other in the name of the Most High, outside of the Passover?
No, I mean, to a note to what you're saying, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
We all carry too many different beliefs, man. You got some people that want to fight, and you got other folks that don't care to fight, that prefer to love their oppressor, that believe that out of 700 years of love, something's gonna change. We've been loving the oppressor since they touched the Caribbean islands.
It's a lock you. And they've been filling our ass up with bullets ever since they touched the Caribbean islands.
That's the only love they got, sir. I mean, for us.
If love comes in a bullet, I don't want it.
I mean,
I'm good. Give me hate. If that's the opposite, give me hate.
I don't.
Give me hate. Bullet hurt. If that's love, man, give me hate all day, man. You know what I'm saying? I love you, so I'm gonna fill you up with a few legs. Is that cool? Man, come on, man. Again, I have to stress this every class. We ain't saying go beat nobody up. We ain't saying go out here and just start a problem out of nowhere and have an attitude with somebody, I mean, yes, you should be mad because anger make a wise man, make an oppressed man wise, right? You know what I'm saying? So, but what we are saying is you need to keep to your people, show more love to your people. And while doing so, follow these laws, statutes, and commandments, and celebrate these holy days, not holidays. You know what I'm saying? Because that is how Christ, that's going to make the Most High come back. My people are finally waking up. I think they want to get up out of this bondage. Let me go free my people. Ready up the gas up the chariots, man. We finna go get our people, man. They finally woken up. I think they're gonna do it right this time. And I'm gonna make sure they do it right this time. But if we constantly embrace everything that's destroying us, and I'm gonna include everything now, outside of these holidays, we keep embracing these drugs that's obviously damaging bodies. No drug is worth taking. They damage your body, so they can't be good. Damage is not good. So if we keep embracing drugs, if we keep killing each other, if we keep lying and stealing from each other, if we keep doing all these wicked things, sleeping with another man's wife, or if you keep sleeping with a man that is not your husband, letting all these different rods sail in your temple, if we keep doing all these wicked things, we're never going to see the kingdom. Never. I'm tired. How about you? How about you? Are you tired of all the injustice that's being brought to your people? Then it's time to do something different. You don't unlock new doors with old keys. And old ways never created new opportunities. I don't believe they have. It's time to do something different. We got, and like you said earlier, man, we believe in all these different things, and they're not doing a damn thing for us. We believe it's bringing us some kind of peace, but what it really is doing is blinding us from the reality of what's going on. And we just need to wake up, man. I think we can squeeze in like one or two more scriptures and then we're gonna shut it down.
Okay.
So
we can go back to some more integrity. We can show some more integrity out the book of Maccabees, man.
You give me one more integrity, I'm gonna pull up another scripture, man. But it's time for us to wake up, man. Because, and I'm trying not to sound like Terrence Howard while I'm up here, man, but we gotta do something different, man. You know what I'm saying? Because again, it's repetitious. It's not doing nothing for us, man. I mean, okay, so you want to buy gifts for your kids. You can't buy from on January.
And it's Salakia, sir, if I may.
Go ahead.
There's 364 possible days out of a year for you to love your children.
It gotta be that one day.
Most often, most people get 26 to 27 paydays out the year.
But it gotta be that one day.
You got more days to buy your life, and you got a brat. You got a goddamn brat anyway, who's bad as hell, who cuss they teacher, break all manner of your possessions all year long. And you telling me that you have to do this for they wicked behind?
Let me hit this scripture again. Like I said, okay, it's Leviticus chapter 23, verse 2.
Right there, verse 2.
Yeah.
It's the book of Leviticus chapter 23, verse 2. that God dog it. You know what?
Go ahead. Man.
No, we got this. We got this. I'm gonna hold that, but just bear with me just 1 second. Okay, here we go. All right. So we got this, right?
Right.
It's the book of Leviticus, chapter 23, verse 2. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts. What this is saying right here, man, the Lord prescribed to you some days that was just for you. Now, to even go further, got a precept to go with this. So we got the book of the Apocrypha. We got the Apocrypha in the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 33, verse 7. Why doth one day excel another, when as all the light of every day of the year in the year is of the sun? Meaning the Lord made every day. So what makes any day better than the next? I'm gonna read 23 again.
It just gotta be that one day.
What makes that one day better? Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord.
Speak unto who?
The children of Israel.
Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
The children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord.
Concerning the feast of the Lord. Like sometimes you gotta say it again because they be kind of slow. But concerning, which means you're worried about, you're focused on the feast of the Lord,
which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feast days. So now we're gonna go back over here.
Go back to
by the knowledge of the Lord, they were distinguished. So this is the days that the Lord made to excel the next. By the knowledge, the law, statutes, and commandments. By the knowledge of the Lord, is they were distinguished, and he altered seasons and feasts. Some of them he hath made high days. Those are the days that's being spoken about in Leviticus, the 23rd chapter. And hallowed them. And some of them he hath made ordinary. Tomorrow is an ordinary goddamn day. The Lord, the only reason tomorrow means anything is because it falls within the 8 days of the feast of YAHANNA. It's no other reason behind that day. It's no other. I'm gonna treat it like any one of my 8 feast days. When y'all got 1, I got 8. 8.
Damn. That's a nice number right there. Man, look, if you do anything but trying to get to know what your true heritage, your true culture is, you hate your people. And I understand that's kind of a hard pill to swallow, but that's what it is, man. Sometimes you just gotta call it what it is. You hate your people. You not celebrating these holy days because you so caught up in these holidays. You hate your people. You so caught up in worshiping drugs because you think it gives you a nice temporary feel versus, if drugs to you is more powerful than brotherhood, sisterhood, you hate your people.
That's right.
If you're into homosexuality, which doesn't help you multiply and it's not meant for you to do, you hate your people. If you're making marriage with heathens, people that are not your people, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, you hate your people. I typically don't understand brothers or sisters when they, hell, let's go and throw the Hispanics in there too. I don't see Native Americans do it, but then again, they probably doing it too. But for Blacks, Hispanic, for
Salaki. I mean to.
the pressure is a death.
Count. Can I?
Well, let me get this out. If oh, that's nasty.
Because I want to pass it. Let me pass it real fast.
I'm gonna throw the ball to you, man.
All right. So, and to what the Adawan is saying, man, this is why Christmas is such a wicked holiday, and this is why our sisters go toward these oppressors, because you teach them that an oppressor comes to brings them gifts. So then it's no wonder why our sisters grow up and seek to go be with old white men. That's what I was going to say. Because you sit them on Santa's lap as a child. And she grows up understanding that a white man has the gifts. And so there's no reason why you can't understand why our sisters are whores or in strip clubs receiving a gift.
Because it goes into these strip clubs and these jobs. You want that position? I need a position. Let's do some exchanging. Don't they do gift exchanging at these schools there? You know what I'm saying? I'm glad you repeated that, man. You're gonna need that word when you get older, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need that sense, you know. But anyway, yeah, man, it's just an orgy fest of
Wicked.
an orgy of origins that has nothing to do with us.
Nothing to do with the
And it all comes together on everything. It all comes together. The Israelites dating oppressors, the gift exchanging for soul exchanging, the wicked feast with pork, the Nimrods and Odins and all them gods that symbol the tree got to do with, and the fake fat dude with the reindeers, oppressor. It just all come together. Go ahead.
Lucky if I may, and that's what makes celebrating the Feast of Hanukkah so important. What makes this so important is because the whole ordeal started up around the sacrificing of unclean beasts on our altars. That having that pig, that was one of those things that one of these brothers, they held him down. His name was Eleazar. You can look him up in the book of 2 Maccabees in the Apocrypha, chapter 6, verse 18, man. They held him down. He was an old man. They held him down. They stuck a piece of pork in his mouth. He spit it out because he'd rather that he die gloriously with his name unbesmirched for eating pork. And he did it to hold his integrity for every man that came up under him.
What we was talking about? Integrity, right?
Integrity.
Hold, girt your loins.
Be ready to die for this, man.
Till this day. Till this day. That's what it's gonna take, man. See, y'all just don't, you know what's so funny?
What's that?
So, and you can contest it. As a child, you think the Bible was so lame, right? Because they pass it off as being peace, hugger, love, and lame. And you like, none of this ain't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
But when you get older and you get introduced to the correct context, the correct terms, you really understand who the key players are. Because it was more than, Yahushua was not the only key player in this book. You know what I'm saying? When you learn and then you put that to context with who this is talking about, this is the most gangster book ever.
It's killing all. Ooh.
Man, we celebrating slaying enemies for defiling our turf. See, y'all gang banging and killing us for colors and other dumb.
Tagging the wrong wall. Defiling the hood. Tagging the wrong wall.
That you don't own. This is my turf. You ain't paid nada. You don't own nada.
Right.
Property on that. Not nothing. You killing somebody for you really policing for the oppressor because you killing your own people for messing up their property. Don't you look stupid? But here we celebrating really killing our oppressors for messing up our land.
And them the best feast too.
And them the best feast. We having a feast over it. You're celebrating killing us. And we're celebrating killing them. And again, because some of y'all take stuff and just be stupid, Again, we ain't say go out there and hurt nobody. Don't be stupid. That's not what we do here. Y'all would love to see us act stupid and do that. No, we're wise. We're not gonna do that. The way you hurt them oppressors is becoming smart and start doing more for your community. You've seen it with people who haven't been following these laws, statutes, and commandments. The Black Wall Street. The moment we start serving ourselves, they got upset and want to bomb us.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Scripture on that, on just that very point. I gotta find it, but it talks about us turning back to our power, and that's what hurts them the most. Is when we decide to turn back to the Most High. We don't serve, and when we don't serve them and serve in the things that they like to do, it hurts them more because they can't gain off us. And the only way our oppressor or any other nation of people can gain off of us is through our sin. They have to keep us in sin in order to gain us. You can't gain off of us if we're not sinning, because even Christ said, give Caesar what's his, so we're going to pay our taxes in whatever land we in. But now our love over these, we love our children, but we love money too. So we're going to give you our money for our kids to make you rich. That's the way that they game us up and begin to gain off of us. But that's through our sin and being cowards over our children and our women.
That's absolutely right. And then here's the thing that everybody's missing. We are worth far more than rubies and gold. Us as a nation, we are worth more than rubies and gold when we are righteous and do for ourselves. Because guess what? When we happy, everybody else get to be happy. And we the most coolest people now. A lot of us right now, we do not like our oppressors.
Right.
Well, we give our oppressors a bone here and there, even when they don't deserve it. We give them a bone here and there, and they like it when we do it. You know what I'm saying? Animals will appreciate it when we get back righteous, because they ain't gonna be having no more relatives hanging on the wall. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. I have yet to go into a black man's home and see the lion head on the wall. Or 4 or 5 with deers, crocodiles, you name it.
Don't touch unclean beasts.
Man, I have yet to see a black man kill an elephant. I'm telling you, when we come together, everybody, the whole world will rejoice and be happy. That's even in the scriptures. Hell, you know what's so funny? We'll relate to that. Lion King.
Yeah.
When Simba came to his righteous place, everybody was cool, even the animals that he ate up. Ain't that something?
The ones that get eaten by him.
Right.
Exactly. I guess we can read about a little bit about Eleazar in the Apocrypha.
Eleazar, yeah,
chapter
man.
6.
Yeah, that's a good.
Verse 18. Eleazar, one of the principal scribes, an aged man and of well-favored countenance, meaning he was cool. He was a cool old guy. Was constrained to open his mouth and to eat swine's flesh. A lot of y'all gonna do this tomorrow without the constraints. You're gonna do it willingly. You're gonna ask mama where the ham at. With the cherries and the pineapple juice soaked all on it, it's gonna taste nasty as hell. You're still gonna eat it.
That's lucky. We gonna squeeze in one more. Judith 5:20. Judith 5:20. And shouts out to brother Mabatazar, man. Thank you very much, man, for water. Because that is a good one right there.
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's Judith 5:20. That's the one I referenced earlier.
Oh, okay.
About them keeping us in sin. They know if we sin, that's how they rise up on us. But here we go. But he choosing rather to die gloriously than to live stained with an abomination, spit it forth, and came of his own accord to the torment, as it is behooved to them that come that are resolute to stand against such things as are not lawful for love of life to be tasted. So he didn't care too much about his life because he didn't want to sin against the Most High, because he understands one thing, that serving the Lord is more important than living. I die for this, and so should any brother or sister.
And you know what? Before you get into that last scripture, that's what I be saying. Like, we got things backwards. We need to start living for our people, doing righteous. But when it comes down to it, where it's either righteousness or death, we need to choose death. You know what I'm saying? Being unrighteous, that's what I meant to say. Salakia. Let's rewind it. Because some people probably don't take. See, he said we need to die instead of being righteous. Let's rewind it.
Death is being unrighteous.
Right. When it comes to being unrighteous and death, we need to choose death. I said it right there. Come. Most High in Christ. Because righteousness is the richness of all Israel. You know, that's we will be worth far more than gold and rubies. Being righteous, Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I would rather die than sleep with my brother's wife.
I'm right.
I would rather die than eat pork. And I would rather die than bring a whore into the kingdom of Israel. But we're gonna do that last scripture and then we good, man.
It's the book of Judith in the Apocrypha, chapter 5, verse 20. Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin. And let us
shall be their ruin. Don't ruin the whole nation of Israel behind selfishness, behind lust. Do not lean into your own understanding.
He back to brother back.
Yeah, you good. You know, Most High in Christ, man. I like the way you bring that. But don't let your own selfishness cost Israel the kingdom. Because that we gotta be a family. That's what's so damn crazy. This whole ordeal test we going through, it's about unity, it's about being a family. And when one of us messed up, everybody messed up. This is why we gotta start holding each other accountable.
That's right.
But read on with that.
Come. And let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. Verse 21.
Nah, that's it right there.
Yes. So I like this one. Can we get this last one?
Okay, well, let me speak on that. We shall overcome them, man. Overcome integrity. I don't care how much a whore looks good to you. Don't mess with it, man. Some things is best left alone. It ain't worth it. Okay, you go.
There go verse 21. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my Lord pass now by, lest their Lord defend them and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Let me tell you something, man. It don't matter what God they trying to worship and throw against our family. If we're righteous, if we're doing everything we're supposed to do, no inequities, perfect, we are indestructible. There's nothing that they can do to us. And guess what? The Most High want us to be indestructible. This is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street. I'm the great Commander General YAHANNA. You got the announcements. We're gonna have the announcements from Officer right here.
This is the I.S.U.P.K. security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K. started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother and sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18 chapter, verse 21, Malachi 3, chapter 8 through 10 means tenth in Hebrew, YAHANNA. Tenth of every penny of any increase the Lord give to you, give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, which is a free will offering, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like, give to the treasury department as well. Our upcoming holy convocation right now, we still inside the feast of dedication, which is has started on Friday, December 20th, in the span of 8 days. You can find it in the book of First Maccabees, chapter 4, verses 52 through 61. And these are the security announcements.
All right, don't forget to pay your tithes and check out Captain Tazariak's
Check out them body butters and oils by Captain Zariak, man. TLC Creations. He got a sale going on right now, man. Holla at you what?
It's on Etsy.com. That is a glorious thing to get your hand on, man. Be safe out there, be righteous.
Hold your integrity down.
Hold your integrity down, man. And like, for real, that's all I can say, man. Love your people. Love yourself. Love the Most High more. And with that, Imagine. Men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak,
YAHANNA.
Yazmatah, Saw, face the women, men of Israel, Imagine Shabbat, Imagine Barak, Yazmatah, dismissed.
But we got to.